I know your heart is tired of pain, confusion, and mixed signals, so listen closely, because this is being written for you in this moment as a gentle but serious wake-up call for your soul. You have been feeling that something is not finished, that someone who left this world did not leave your heart, and that there is a weight you carry that you can't fully explain with human words. You scroll, you search, you watch, and a part of you wonders, is there really something for me? Is there really a message that is truly mine? I am using these words to reach that exact place inside you. This is not about fear. This is about release, truth, and finally allowing the heaviness you've been carrying to loosen its grip on your life. You may feel like you are alone in your thoughts, but nothing is hidden from me. I have seen the nights when you could not sleep because memories rose up like waves refusing to let you rest. I have seen the moments when you suddenly felt a presence, a thought, a name, a face from your past, and your heart twisted in ways you didn't even understand. I know the questions you never say out loud. Are they okay? Do they blame me? Do they see my life now? Are they at peace? Let me tell you, there is more happening in the unseen than your physical eyes can perceive, but you are not meant to stay trapped in confusion or torment. You are meant to walk in peace, even with what you've lost. You have been warned in your spirit, not to scare you, but to protect you. Warnings from me do not come to crush you, they come to save you from deeper pain. When you feel that repeated nudge, that repeated pull, that repeated sign pointing you toward forgiveness, healing, and truth, that is not a coincidence. That is my mercy. I have been calling you to look at what you've been avoiding. Not to punish you, but to finally free you. You keep asking for new blessings while trying to hide old wounds, but I am a God who heals from the root, not just the surface. I will not ignore what still bleeds inside you, and I will not pretend that you are fine when inside you feel broken, guilty, or unfinished. You have someone in your family who has already passed away, whose story is woven deeply into yours. There are words that were never spoken, apologies that were never given, love that was never fully expressed. There is a silence around their name that is not truly peace, it is a silence made of fear, regret, anger, and pain. And you know it. You feel it when their name comes up. Your chest tightens. Your eyes water. Your mind says, move on, but your heart whispers, I'm not ready. There's something undone. This message is touching that place on purpose, because it is time for you to understand that I have seen all of it, every argument, every absence, every unspoken word, and I am still not condemning you. I am inviting you. Archangel Michael speaks of warning, of protection, of spiritual battle, but understand this clearly, the greatest battles are fought inside your heart. He is a warrior of light, assigned to defend, to guide, to push you away from what destroys you and toward what heals you. When you feel that sudden push to leave certain habits, to distance yourself from certain people, to confront truth, that is my protection moving. You are not imagining it. You are not overly sensitive. You are being guided. You are being loved in a way that sometimes feels uncomfortable, because growth often begins with discomfort. Now listen to this very carefully. The one in your family who has passed is not calling you in fear or in darkness. They are not haunting you. They are not chained to you in anger. The unrest that you feel connected to them is not because they are trapped by your mistakes, it is because your heart has not allowed itself to release the full truth of that relationship into my hands. You hold on to guilt like a chain, what you said, what you didn't say, what you did, what you didn't do, where you were, where you weren't. But I am the one who saw the full picture, the moments you forgot, the times you cared in ways you don't even remember now, the times you tried, even when your effort failed. You focus on the scenes of regret, but I see the whole film of your life and theirs, every frame, every breath. Every tear. They want something for you now. Not money, not fame, not revenge, not punishment. They want peace. They want you to stop torturing yourself for what you cannot go back and rewrite. They want you to stop wearing the identity of the one who failed them or the one who wasn't enough. They want you to know that in the light of truth, the love that existed between you is seen more clearly than the mistakes. They want you to understand that your healing does not dishonor them. Your healing honors them. Your healing allows their memory to rest in a place of light, not darkness. As long as you use their story as a weapon against yourself, you keep both your heart and their memory in a prison of pain. You have been warned to look at this because your future is being affected by your unresolved past. How you trust, how you love, how you receive, how you expect abandonment or betrayal, it is all tied to what happened before and how you carried it. Every time an opportunity comes, that old voice whispers, "You will ruin it. You don't deserve this. You hurt people. You lose people. Nothing stays." That is not my voice. That is the echo of your unhealed pain. I am speaking to separate my voice from the noise in your mind. My voice says, you are still worthy of love. You are still capable of change. You are not defined by your worst moment. You are not cursed to repeat every tragedy. You see names like Elon Musk and instantly your mind connects them with wealth, technology, success, and the future. I use even these images that the world understands as symbols inside your heart. When you see his name, when you see big announcements, sudden changes, life-altering opportunities, I am also speaking in parables to you. Your life can change faster than you think. Doors you never imagined can open. People you never expected can notice you. The same way you watch global figures making sudden decisions, launching rockets, building companies, and changing the world, understand this. I can launch you out of old patterns, old pain, old environments, and old versions of yourself. I can promote you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and even materially, but not on a foundation of silent guilt and spiritual exhaustion. So let me speak into what your past family member wants you to know, in the light of my mercy. They do not want you stuck in the last argument you had with them. They do not want you replaying the last day, the last phone call, the last message, as if that final moment is the whole truth of your relationship. They want you to remember the warmth, the laughter, the humanity, the small acts of care, the shared moments of weakness and strength. They want you to understand that they, too, were learning, failing, growing, and making mistakes. They want you to stop turning them into a perfect angel you could never satisfy, or a permanent villain you must always fear. They were human. You are human. I am the only one who is perfect, and I do not demand perfection from you. I desire honesty and openness. You have been warned not to keep ignoring my nudges because every time you bury your pain, it grows in the hidden places. You distract yourself with screens, with noise, with stories, with imagined scenarios about people like Elon Musk or others suddenly changing your life, but understand, the greatest miracle I want to give you is not only outside of you. The greatest miracle is inside, when you finally can look at your own story and say, I forgive them. I forgive myself. I give this to God. When you do this sincerely, the restless energy around that relationship begins to settle. Tears may come. Memories may rise. But instead of tearing you apart, they begin to wash you clean. Your past loved one wants to tell you this. Don't waste your life carrying a pain that can be placed into God's hands. Don't spend your remaining years punishing yourself for moments that are already behind the veil of time. Don't stay trapped in the role of victim or villain. Learn from what happened. Allow it to soften you instead of harden you. Allow it to make you kinder, wiser, more understanding, more loving. Let the lessons of that relationship transform how you treat those who are still alive around you. The greatest honor you can give to someone who is gone is not to suffer endlessly. It is to live differently. Let me talk to you about rest, because this is important. The phrase "so they can rest" is not about you having magical control over someone's soul. Only I hold souls. Only I judge with full truth. But you do hold power over how their memory rests within you. Right now, their memory may sit on a throne of fear, guilt, or anger in your mind. That is why you feel that pull, that tension, that uneasiness. I am calling you to move their memory from a throne of torment to a garden of grace within your heart. You cannot change what happened, but you can change the meaning you give it. You can choose to see my hand even in the pain that shaped you. You can choose to believe that nothing was wasted. and that I can turn even that broken chapter into a source of wisdom and compassion. Archangel Michael stands as a sign that you are not fighting this alone. There are battles you cannot see, thoughts that do not come from you, heaviness that tries to sit on your chest when you remember certain things. This is why, when you move toward healing, sometimes you feel resistance, sudden distractions, sudden doubts, sudden emotions trying to pull you back into silence or denial. That resistance is proof that this is spiritual work, not just mental. Do not run from it. Walk through it with me. When you feel like quitting, when you feel overwhelmed, simply say in your heart, God, I give you this pain. Help me to let go. Your words may be simple, but your sincerity moves heaven. I know you sometimes hope for one big sign, one big event, one big miracle announced to the whole world, something shocking and undeniable, like a famous person suddenly calling your name or the world suddenly recognizing you. But hear me. The most powerful miracles often begin in quiet choices. You choosing today to forgive yourself for what you did not know then. You choosing today to say, I am sorry in your heart to the one who is gone, and to trust that I can carry that apology where it needs to go. You choosing today to stop speaking curses over your own life because of the past. You choosing today to live in a way that if they were standing in front of you, they would be proud of how you've grown. I have not abandoned you in grief. I have walked beside you in every dark night, even when you couldn't feel me. When you cried alone, when you stared at old photos, when you whispered apologies into the air, unsure if anyone could hear, I heard. I took every word, every tear, and I held them with tenderness. I am not the one accusing you, I am the one defending your soul against accusations. Yes, there are things you wish you had done differently. Yes, there are words you wish you could take back or add. But understand, I saw your heart, even when your actions were broken. I saw your intentions, even when your behavior fell short. I saw your fear, your confusion, your youth, your limitations. I saw how little you truly understood in that moment. And I do not judge you with a harsh, cold standard. I judge with full knowledge and mercy. The warning for you now is this: do not allow your unhealed pain to chain your future. Do not let the enemy of your soul keep using this story as proof that you are unworthy of new blessings, new relationships, new happiness. Every time you say to yourself, I don't deserve this, you disagree with my love. Every time you say, I ruin everything, you agree with a lie about yourself. You have made mistakes, but you are not a mistake. You have caused pain, but you are not only pain. You have been broken, but you are still chosen, still seen, still loved, still called. I want you to make space in your life to heal deliberately. This might mean sitting quietly and allowing yourself to feel instead of always pushing feelings away. It might mean writing a letter you will never send, pouring out everything you wish you could say to the one who is gone, and then giving that letter to me in prayer, or safely destroying it as a symbol of release. It might mean speaking kindly to yourself when that old voice of condemnation rises up again. It might mean talking to someone you trust, admitting out loud, "This still hurts me. I still feel guilty. I still miss them." Healing is not weakness. Healing is holy. You wonder sometimes if they see you now. You imagine conversations, outcomes, alternate versions of the past. While you cannot live in those imagined scenes, you can choose to live so that if they could stand in front of you right now, they would see that their life and their death did not destroy you but shaped you into someone wiser, softer, stronger, and more loving. You cannot fix what happened then, but you can change what happens from now on. That is where your power lies, in your choices today, not in rewinding yesterday. I also want you to know this: I am not only a God of the past, I am a God of what is coming. I am preparing people, opportunities, shifts, and blessings that your mind cannot fully understand yet. The thoughts you have about sudden change, about someone recognizing the value in you, about your life being lifted into a new chapter, it is not wrong to desire that. I put the desire for growth and better days in you. But I desire that when new doors open, you walk through them with a heart that is not secretly chained to old graves. I desire that your smile in the future is not just a mask covering old pain, but a real light coming from a soul that has made peace with its story. Your past family member's message to you is this: stop punishing yourself. Learn, grow, forgive, and live. Don't let what happened to me become the reason you destroy yourself. Don't let what we couldn't fix then stop you from fixing what you can now. Treat those around you better. Speak your love while they are still here. Don't hold back kind words. Don't stay silent out of pride or fear. Let my absence teach you to be more present with those who remain. This is what allows their memory to rest within you. This is what closes spiritual doors that have been left open by regret. This is what transforms a painful chapter into sacred wisdom instead of endless torment. Think about how many times you wished you could go back and do things differently. Now realize, you cannot go back there, but you can go forward differently with the people and opportunities you have now. That is how you honor the ones who are gone. That is how you honor me. Today, I am not asking you to be perfect. I am asking you to be honest. I am asking you to stop running from the parts of your story that hurt. I am asking you to believe that my mercy is bigger than your mistakes, and that my love is stronger than death. The fact that you are reading these words is not a small thing. Your soul is responding to something deeper than the surface. You did not find these words by accident. Your heart has been crying for relief, for understanding, for a sign that you are heard and seen. This is that confirmation: I see you. I know you. I forgive you. I am with you. You have been warned in love. Do not waste this chance to start healing. Do not push this away and say, I will think about it later. Your life is moving. Your story is unfolding. You have already carried this burden for so long. You do not need to carry it into every tomorrow. Right where you are, without any special ritual, you can close your eyes and in your own words tell me everything: your guilt, your memories, your regrets, your longing. You can mention their name. You can speak as if they were listening. And then you can say, God, I give this to you. I release them. I release myself. Help me to live in peace. I hear that. I honor that. I respond to that. When you do this sincerely, shifts begin to happen inside you. The sharpness of the memories softens. The heaviness in your chest lightens. The fear of punishment is replaced with a quiet assurance that you are not alone and not condemned. You may still miss them. You may still cry. That is human. But your tears will no longer be only tears of torment, they will be tears of love, remembrance, and gradual release. I am sending you this word, wrapped in warning but filled with mercy, so that you can finally step out of the shadow of what happened and into the light of who you can become. You are not meant to stay stuck in silent suffering. You are meant to heal, to grow, to love again, to be loved again, to experience joy without constantly looking over your shoulder at ghosts of the past. Let this be the moment where you choose to move forward. The one who is gone rests in my hands. Now it is your turn to rest your heart in mine. This message is for you, because I love you too much to let you continue carrying what I am ready to take. If you will only let it go, my beloved child, I am speaking to your heart in this moment. I see that you are here, reading these words, even when your mind is tired and your soul feels pulled in many directions. You are not here by accident. I know the questions you carry, the fears that wake you in the night, the memories that follow you like shadows. You say you are alone, but you are not alone. I am closer to you than your own breath. Every time you have whispered, God, please help me, I have heard you. Every tear that fell silently has been seen by me. Nothing in your life has been forgotten in my presence. You have been feeling something heavy around your family, a weight that you cannot always explain with words. There are unfinished conversations, unspoken apologies, secrets that were buried along with those who left this world. In your heart you have wondered if the people who have passed away can see you, if they understand your pain now, if they forgive you, if you should have done more. My child, I know all of this, and I want to speak peace to your heart. You carry grief, guilt, confusion, and love all mixed together. And sometimes it hurts so much that you push it away and pretend you are fine. But even in that pretending, I see you, Archangel Michael stands beside you in the unseen, guarding the doorway of your life. His presence is not to frighten you but to shield you. When you have felt sudden protection, a strange delay that saved you, a last-minute change that kept you from harm, you did not see it, but my angels were working. Michael has been watching you, warning you in gentle ways, in the discomfort you feel around certain people, in the heaviness in your chest when something is wrong, in the inner voice that calls you back when you are about to step into danger. You may have called it intuition. But I tell you, many times it has been my protection, my warning, my love moving around you. There is someone in your family who has passed away who is strongly on your heart. Sometimes a certain smell, a song, a date, or a simple word brings them rushing back into your memory. You feel them more on some days than others. You remember what they said, what they didn't say, what you wish you could tell them now. You might even feel anger, regret, or unfinished business. My child, I want you to know this: I am the God of mercy. I see beyond the moment of death. I see their story from beginning to end, and I see yours too. Where you only see loss, I see connections, lessons, healing that is still unfolding. If that family member could sit beside you now and speak with clarity, with all illusions removed, they would not want to add more fear or pain to your heart. They would not want you to live trapped in guilt and unanswered questions. They would want you to release what you cannot change and trust that I am just, I am merciful, and I am taking care of them in ways you cannot fully understand. The restlessness you sometimes feel is not because they are tormenting you, it is because your own heart longs for peace, closure, and understanding. I am leading you to that peace, step by step. Archangel Michael speaks firmly to your soul. You have been warned. But this warning is not meant to scare you. It is meant to wake you. You have been warned not to let your past destroy your future. You have been warned not to stay in environments where your spirit is constantly crushed. You have been warned not to let people's manipulation and emotional games control you. You have been warned not to ignore your inner knowing when it tells you, something is not right here. You have been warned not to trade your peace for temporary approval. There are patterns in your family that I am asking you to break. Patterns of silence when there should be truth. Patterns of pretending when there should be honesty. Patterns of using money, gossip, or emotional pressure to control others. Some of these patterns have been passed down through generations. They did not begin with you. They did not even begin with the person you are thinking about right now. But in you, in this generation, I am raising a new strength. You are not perfect, but you are willing. You feel the tension, you see the contradictions, you sense that something has to change. That sensitivity is not a curse, it is a calling. The one in your family who has passed away is part of this story. Their life, their mistakes, their love, their silence, their pain, all of it is part of a bigger tapestry. Sometimes you feel angry at them for what they did or did not do. Sometimes you feel protective and full of love. Sometimes you are confused by how you can miss someone who hurt you, or how you can still be hurt by someone you loved so deeply. My child, this is the complexity of human hearts. But I am not confused. I see with perfect clarity. And I am not standing here to condemn you or them. I am here to invite you to heal. You have been warned not to keep repeating the same emotional cycle. You go from hope to disappointment, from trust to betrayal, from openness to withdrawal, and then you blame yourself for everything. Listen to me, you are not responsible for the choices of everyone you love. You are responsible for your own soul, your own boundaries, your own steps. When you give and give until you have nothing left, then collapse in exhaustion, that is not love, that is self-neglect. True love, the love I want to grow in you, is strong and gentle. It gives, but it also protects. It forgives, but it also learns. It opens its heart, but it also listens when I say, enough. There are some people around you, even now, who are not honest with you. They smile in your face, but they hide their real feelings. They use your kindness, your generosity, your willingness to help, but they do not stand with you when you need them. You have felt this. You have felt the coldness in their energy even when their words sound sweet. You dismiss it because you do not want to believe that anyone close to you could use you, speak badly about you, or secretly envy what you carry. But I see their hearts. I do not show you everything, because I am merciful and I know the weight would be too much. But I give you enough signs so that you can choose wisely. This is where the warning becomes crucial. You have been warned to stop ignoring what you already know deep down. When I close a door, do not force it open. When I remove someone from your life, do not chase after them as if I made a mistake. When I show you repeated red flags, do not paint them white just because you are lonely or afraid. You are not meant to carry everyone. You are not meant to fix every broken soul. You are not meant to be the sacrifice for those who refuse to change. My son has already been the sacrifice once and for all. You are called to live, to grow, to shine, not to endlessly bleed for those who mock your heart. The person in your family who passed away sees more clearly now than they did before. The earthly illusions, the pride, the stubbornness, the fear, the ego, these are peeled away in my presence. The things they clung to no longer matter to them. The arguments, the possessions, the status, the opinions of others, none of that has weight anymore. What matters now is love, mercy, and truth. If they had another chance to speak to you face to face, they would not waste time on blame or small fights. They would tell you to make peace with yourself. They would tell you to cherish those who truly love you. They would tell you to stop living in fear of what people will say and start living in alignment with what your soul knows is right. They would say, I see your pain now in a way I could not see it before. I see the times you cried in secret, and I was too wrapped up in my own world to notice. I see the way you stayed quiet to keep the peace, even when your heart was breaking. I see the way you tried to be strong for everyone, and no one realized the weight you carried. I see the moments when I failed you, when I spoke harshly, when I refused to listen, when I judged you without understanding. I cannot go back and change it, but I want you to know I am sorry, and I want you to have peace. Please do not let the wounds of the past control your tomorrow. Please let God touch the places I could not heal. This is the message that wants to rest in your heart so that they can rest in your memory. When you accept that you did the best you could with what you knew, and they did the best they could with what they had, even if it was not enough, you begin to loosen the chains that keep both of you stuck in a painful loop. You are not honoring them by living a life of constant self-blame. You honor them by learning from what went wrong and choosing differently now. You honor them by becoming softer, wiser, more faithful, more true to yourself. Even now, my protection is around you. You wonder sometimes how you are still standing after everything you have been through. Loss, betrayal, financial struggle, health issues, emotional battles that no one else sees, yet you are still here. This is not because you are lucky. This is because there is a calling on your life. There are people you are meant to inspire, even if you never stand on a stage or become known to the world. There are lives you will touch simply by being who you are, by surviving what others thought would destroy you, by loving when you had every reason to hate. I know there are moments when you feel small and unseen, when you compare yourself to others and feel behind. You think of famous names, powerful people, those with money and influence, and you wonder if anyone important even knows you exist. Listen, my child, you are known in heaven. Angels know your name. Your tears are known. Your battles are known. Your victories are celebrated even when no one on earth claps for you. To me, you are not just a face in the crowd, you are a soul I crafted with intention. There is no one on this earth exactly like you. You have seen many messages, many promises, many words tying your life to big names, great fortunes, surprising offers. This world is noisy. It tells you that your value rises when someone rich or powerful notices you. But I tell you, your value has always been infinite because I made you in my image. Do not anchor your worth to any person, not to a celebrity, not to a partner, not to family approval. Anchor your worth to me. When you do this, you will walk differently. You will no longer beg to be chosen, because you will know that you are already chosen. Archangel Michael continues to stand guard over you, but he also speaks with strength. Walk away from what is killing your peace. You are not being dramatic when you feel drained by constant conflict. You are not too sensitive when your spirit feels heavy around those who gossip, lie, and manipulate. You are not disloyal for creating distance from relatives who poison your heart over and over. Boundaries are not betrayal, they are wisdom. You are allowed to choose peace. You are allowed to choose healing. You are allowed to choose a future different from the patterns you came from. The warning is this: do not ignore your inner alarms any longer. When something feels wrong, bring it to me. When a conversation leaves you feeling small and ashamed, ask me, is this from you, God? When someone demands that you endlessly pour into them but disappears when you are in need, see the truth. The more you ignore these signs, the more tired your soul becomes. But when you start listening, truly listening, you will see changes. Some people will fall away, some opportunities will close, but new doors will open. Doors of healthier relationships. Honest connections, work that aligns with your soul, environments that allow you to breathe. Your family story is not over, even if some chapters ended in pain. There are still moments of beauty ahead. There are conversations of reconciliation that can happen. There are young ones in your family watching you, learning from how you respond to hardship. When you choose growth instead of bitterness, they notice. When you choose forgiveness without stupidity, meaning, you forgive but also learn, they notice. When you stop repeating toxic patterns and start modeling new ways of loving, speaking, and standing firm, you become a turning point in the story. This is a high calling, but I walk it with you. To the one who has passed, I say, your time in that body is complete, but what I did in you and through you can bear fruit beyond your days on earth. To you who are still alive, still breathing, still reading this right now, I say, do not waste your days. Do not live as if you have no power to choose. Each day, even in small ways, choose life, choose conversations that build, habits that heal, thoughts that uplift. When dark memories rise, do not push them away in fear. Bring them to me. Say, God, I hand this memory to you. Touch it. Heal it. Show me what to learn from it. I will meet you there. You think sometimes that your prayers are weak because you do not know fancy words. But the simplest cry from your heart, God, please help me, shakes heaven more than you know. When you sit quietly and just whisper a name, a situation, a fear, I see it. When you light a small candle in your heart and ask for guidance, I send it in ways visible and invisible. Sometimes through a person, sometimes through a closed door, sometimes through a sudden inner strength you cannot explain. Do not underestimate the quiet ways I move. There will be days when you feel the ache of loss more sharply, when you miss that family member as if they just left yesterday. On those days, let yourself feel. You do not have to be strong all the time. Let the tears come if they need to. Grief is not a sign that you are stuck. It is a sign that you deeply loved. But in the middle of that grief, allow a new thought. They are in the hands of a God who loves them more than I ever could. Let that thought be a blanket over your aching heart. And when you remember their mistakes, their failures, their worst days, remember also your own flaws. Let mercy flow in both directions. My child, I am not finished with you. Not with your heart, not with your finances, not with your health, not with your relationships, not with your destiny. I am doing a quiet work inside you even now. I am loosening old chains, breaking unseen agreements you made in your pain, agreements like I will never trust again, I will never love like that again. I will always be alone, I am cursed, I am unlucky, nothing good lasts for me. These are not truths, they are scars talking. I am the truth. And my truth over you is this: you are loved, you are seen, you are capable of healing, and your future is not condemned by your past. The warning has been given so that you can walk a different way. The message from the one who has passed is not to frighten you but to release you from the prison of unresolved pain. The guidance from my angel is to stand up, to guard your heart, to choose life. As you finish reading these words, do not rush away. Sit for a moment and breathe. Ask yourself quietly, where am I ignoring what I already know? Then bring that place to me. Even now, I am with you. Even now, I am holding your hand that feels so empty. Even now, I am whispering to your soul, you are not alone, you have been warned for your protection, and you are being led into peace. Rest now in this truth. Let your loved one rest in your heart with mercy. Let Archangel Michael stand where I have placed him, in protection around you. And let your own soul step forward into a new chapter, where you no longer live defined by the wounds of yesterday, but by the love that surrounds you in this very moment.